I'm Heather from booktubes, and today is a ebook haul really quickly before my daughter gets home from school because I need to get this filmed. Is my hair half wet, half dry because it was in a bun? Yes. Am I wearing a pimple patch? Yes. Can I not find my large hoop earrings to save my life? I cannot live like this. I'm about to buy a whole new pair. Yes. Mind your business. Nobody... Why are we asking all these questions? Moving right along with our lives, I have not done an ebook haul, book haul since June of 2022. So these are all the books I've gotten since then. I have 2 physical and like 15, 17, something like that, ebooks. So here we go. We're going to start with a gift, which is from Megan at Aveda. This is Forged in Desire by Brenda Jackson. It's romantic suspense. I think it's Black Love. I don't even remember. But I did DNF this during Black-A-Weenathon. It's honestly just very traditionally published style, and that's just not what I read, and it's as simple as that. So he protects her from something. I could not tell you what happens in this book. Megan did not read it, but she thought I would like it. I was really glad that she did because I did want to try Brenda Jackson and all of that. So, I mean, it was a win-win, but I did DNF it, so. And then the only one that I bought is volume 4 of Fire in His Fingertips. It is still in plastic. I did pre-order this. Haven't read it. Have not read it. This is a really steamy Friends to Lovers fireman manga. Very explicit. Very explicit. You're going to see all the details, so keep out of reach of children. Is one I really recommend if you want to try manga. Okay, and then the ebooks. So Inextricably Tied, which is Lost Touch Duet #1, well, #2 really, by Aveda Weiss. So the prequel to this is Skin, which is a novelette. It's short. This is a banshee and a gargoyle, and then they also add a third who is a night terror. Very interesting concept. Monster romantic suspense, deals a lot with grief and letting people in enough to give them more than just your body or surface level friendship or love. So very interesting, does deal with a lot of kidnapped and murdered women and girls, so be aware of that. Personally, just because these are a little bit expensive, first of all, I would try Kindle Unlimited. All of their novellas are in Kindle Unlimited pretty much, so I would start there, see if you like their writing style. I have read all of their work and plan on continue reading all of their work. However, if I was going to recommend only buying one full-length novel, it would be Yours Insatiably. Okay, even though I gave this one 5 stars, I feel like if you're only going to buy one, Yours Insatiably is the one to do it. However, if you do like their writing already, you know, I'm happy that I bought it. Like, it was worth my money, right? And then I pre-ordered also, so both of these are pre-ordered, Ruby Fever, which is Hidden Legacy #6 by Ilona Andrews. Obviously, if you're familiar with my channel, you know we were doing the Hidden Legacy read-along. We're now doing the Innkeepers read-along. The first live show for that is next week, so you have time to read it if you'd like. This is the 6th book in the series. It's 2 different trilogies. You should read all 6. They're all fantastic. I thought that this ending was great. It does leave room for another trilogy to be added, but doesn't leave you on a huge cliffhanger where you're just like, ugh, like, when are you going to publish it? So great finale. Absolutely loved it. Ilona Andrews does found family and magic and characters in a way that is just unbeatable. Then I have Forced Perspective, which is New Heights #1 by Christina C. Jones. This is now available on Kindle Unlimited, the Duet is, and I actually have the 2nd book on Kindle Unlimited right now. So this one was a rapper and a photographer who are kind of keeping their relationship a secret because of, you know, people claiming that her career is just because she slept with him. So she doesn't want that. And it's them kind of dealing with that, which in my opinion is a very realistic conflict to have, kind of a drawback to dating a celebrity, especially a celebrity that is known for sleeping around. So this is pretty short, under 200 pages, definitely, but really enjoyed it. Black Love, of course. Christina C. Jones only ever writes Black Love, so. And then A Girl Like Her by Talia Hibbert. This was free. This has chronic illness representation and is small town. I think maybe a little bit romantic suspense. I know it deals, I think, with domestic abuse. I know there's a heavy content warning, I think, in the main character's past. I have not picked this up or come close to picking up. So this is the first one, other than Fire in His Fingertips. This is the first ebook I haven't read. I should, but I just never do. So maybe I'll have to plan on it. And then I have Making the Match, which is River Rain #4 by Kristen Ashley. She writes like 600-page books. This is kind of small town, kind of celebrity. It's a very famous family. And this one was the dad who had actually cheated on the mom, getting his happily ever after. Very interesting. I enjoyed it. I love this series. I pre-order all the books. I read all of them. I like it. So Kristen Ashley's my favorite. It's hardly surprising. This series, though, I will say, does not work as well as standalones as a lot of her series do. This one I really think should be read in series order. Then I have Once Upon a Forbidden Desire anthology, which I bought because The Merman's Kiss by Elsie Winters was in it. All of the entries had to be under 10,000 words, so it was actually very short. If I had realized how short it was, I would have read it ages ago, but I did read it pretty recently here. And loved it. It is kind of a Little Mermaid retelling, which I don't care about. Doesn't matter. I'm on board. One thing I really liked is the main character is an elven girl, and then we have this merboy, and they meet as children, and then they form a bond and stuff, and then she's going to be forced into a marriage, and she goes to him instead. And they were the only two characters that we interacted with on page, and I absolutely loved it. And there is a steamy scene, so perfection. I like what Elsie Winters likes. I read it, she writes it. We like the same thing. She really, really works for me. She's probably always going to, so I love her stuff. Then I have Curiosity by Christina C. Jones. This is still only available on her website, and this is a novella that is vampires. So I think it's going to set up a whole kind of series. We'll see. She's got big life events happening, but I really liked it. It was steamy. Fade mates. She didn't know that vampires existed. Again, Black love, and just a fantastic version of it. Do I think that it could have had less world building for the length of the novella? Yes. Did that make me not enjoy it? No. Greatness. You should buy it. Then I have Ensnared by the Werewolf by Lillian Lark. I got this for free by subscribing to her newsletter. I had already bought an anthology with the original version of this, never read it because I am bad at reading the one novella I want out of an anthology. And then she added stuff to it, so I wanted the actual one that she published on her own. This is Primal Play, and that's why I want to read it. I do really like Lillian Lark's writing. I've only ever read one. I don't know why I don't pick them up. I don't know. Then I have Coyote by Lila Rose. This is a motorcycle club romance that was recommended by Steph and Aveda Corner. I did DNF this. It was only like $1, so who cares? But I did DNF it. It's not like it's fine. It's fine. What even happened to this? Oh, she like saves the life of a biker who is being beaten up in her yard with like her German shepherds and stuff, and that puts her on the radar of both the good motorcycle club and the people who are trying to mess with them. So there you go. There was definitely other man, other woman drama I thought was kind of weird. Then Current Anthology Part 1. This is a kind of expensive anthology. It's like $6, $7. Not that it's not worth it, it is, but it is all for charity, and specifically for a couple of charities in Jackson, Mississippi, which has a water crisis and is a predominantly Black town, and you know, the system just isn't doing anything. Surprise, surprise. So all of the proceeds go to these charities. The authors donated their stories, their editing, their covers, all the things. They donate all the cost of the story themselves, so all of it's been covered. All the proceeds go to charity. Well worth your money. There is part 1 and part 2. I have only purchased part 1. I did read Dria Andersen's story in this and did really enjoy it, which would be a Black love shifter. I want to say Lions was this one. And then I have Smoke and Steel, which is Redemption MC #2 by Kristen Ashley. I pre-ordered it. I still haven't read it. Aria
It's actually Arira, so my bad.
I'm so sorry if I got the pronunciation wrong. I'm trying to picture your username and avatar profile picture in my mind. It's not really going great, actually. Anyways, she kind of scared me off of this a little bit, so... But I am going to read it. I just haven't. So this guy in another book, in another series, was like part of severely beating a woman, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about all that, so I didn't really realize that. Redemption Motorcycle Club, not exactly subtle, you know, they're trying to right their wrongs, but I was not a huge fan of the first book's hero, so I'm a little worried about this one. And then I have Heir and Vampire Magic, which is the Lineage series by P.K. Reeves. I saw this on Twitter. Both books are free. It's a Filipino main character in like a, you know, fantasy paranormal setting. I'm nervous though because there are 0 ratings or reviews for this on Goodreads. 0.
Okay, so quick note. I was just getting the cover off of Amazon, and there's reviews on Amazon, like 23 reviews, but there's nothing on Goodreads. I've searched multiple times on Goodreads to see if it's like the wrong listing, because sometimes you have double listings and stuff like that. It's the only one that comes up, so I don't know what's happening. But apparently some people have at least read the book.
So I think I'm going to make myself pick it up, and, you know, I'll just DNF if it's not any good. But I was like, you know, okay, cool, Filipino fantasy, and then there's like nothing there. So we'll see. And then I have Love Kills Twice by Rian Gray. Oh man, I really meant to look and see. I think Sarah told me about this. It is a hiring an assassin and then falling in love with the assassin romance, and it is a non-binary assassin. So I've heard good things. I also saw some really cool character art on Twitter, and that's honestly what made me finally like buy it, because I was like, oh, I don't know, like, yes, okay, all right, you've talked me into it. And then lastly, I pre-ordered Magic Tides, which is Wilmington Years #1. This just came out on Tuesday. This is a spin-off series of Kate Daniels. It follows Kate and Curran and other side characters. There is another POV that's a little bit spoilery for the series, so I won't tell you. Kate and Curran both have their own POV. I really like that. This is a novella, so it follows our same main characters, but it's a spin-off series. You must read Kate Daniels before reading this book, okay? So this is for people who have already read the series. It's like 167 pages. I read it on release day. Loved it. I loved it so much. Is it more of the same? Yes, it is. Excuse me. I have the exact same coffee every day. I don't want a surprise twist in my coffee. The fact that it's the same does not make it bad. It means it's more of what I like. Everybody wins. So I absolutely loved it. I was so happy to be back with those characters. Honestly, they would have had to have messed up so badly and ruined it for me for it not to be like the best thing. Because I just want it so much. So.
By the way, we will have a live show discussing this with all of the spoilers this Monday, January, what is that, 23rd? On Novelty Corner. So if you want to get to discuss all of the things, all the spoilers, all of the goodness, you know, you have time to read it if you want. I read it in half a day, so.
Big fan of that. Let me know the couple of books on here that I haven't read that maybe I should. And yeah, that's it. That's all the things I've bought and or received in the last 7 months? 7 months? Is that right? Yeah, something like that. So, there you go. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.